Iran is going to be very high on the agenda of the second-term Obama administration. The nuclear issue has been with us for well over a decade now, and yet I think there are many people who believe that 2013 is the year of decision with respect to the question of whether to go to war or strike a conclusive deal to end Iran's nuclear ambitions. The president has been seeking such a deal throughout his first term, made very little headway. But where he has, in fact, made tremendous progress is in creating a tremendous international coalition of support for a very vigorous set of multilateral sanctions that have created enormous economic constraints for the Iranians and put the leadership under tremendous pressure at home. There are a couple of risks that the White House faces. One is the risk to American credibility across the region. There is a real question about American leadership among many of our traditional allies in the Gulf in particular as a result of the continuing civil war in Syria and the clear signals that the Obama administration is not prepared to engage there. So if in fact the administration goes for a deal and is rebuffed or in fact exploited by the Iranians, which is certainly a very realistic probability, then there would be a certain loss of confidence and potentially less willingness on the part of some of our important allies in the region to enforce the sanctions and adopt a similarly hard line toward the Iranians. I think the other risk is that it emboldens the Iranians. If in fact we appear to be too eager to make a deal, then they in fact believe that their leverage is larger than it realistically should be. And they may be less inclined to compromise if the Obama administration appears too eager. The third risk, and I think this is potentially the greatest risk, is that a deal goes awry, that an effort to negotiate produces very little traction, and in fact then the administration, in part because of the president's rhetoric over the course of the campaign year of 2012, will be forced to put its money where its mouth is. The president has said that, in fact, if there is no possibility of a deal with the Iranians on the nuclear issue, that he is prepared to use force. I don't think that that is a position that the American public is very eager to see play out. But it's quite possible that a failed bid at negotiations will only facilitate the path to war.